What's up? It's your boy Karceno here, and let's get into it. I think that boxing fans in general should just be appreciative, a little bit more respectful of what you have, and I just don't think nowadays you guys are like that. You guys have become spoiled. But let's get into some of your questions while we can. Here we go. Question number one that I wanted to address, better sound. And I don't care about better sound, better audio. I don't care about the squeaky chair. See? I don't care about all that stuff. I care about no fireworks going off in the background, no display flashing my name and all that stuff. I'm just not me. I'm just here to tell you what it is on the video, and that's it. I give it to you plain and simple. That's just the way I like to do it. I mean, but if you love all that stuff, they have plenty of channels on here that does just that. You can go ahead and do all the fancy stuff. Not saying that their channels are bad at all. It's just I'm not into that mode, Maybe I am missing out on big money. Man, you would make more money, you get more hits if you do this. I hear that every day about something. I just don't know what in the world to do. If it's something with going through, I have to change everything around and do. I really don't have the time. So I just try to get as much done as possible. Okay, a lot of these are the hip-hop questions. Do this beef here. Do that beef. Do that beef. A lot of stuff. Okay, the guy asked, what he's basically saying is, okay, what he's basically trying to say is, he's like, you burping, phone beeping. I feel like I'm listening to my grandfather tell some old war stories. Yeah, I just want to make sure it's right. But yeah, I do leave some stuff out of the story. So when I pause sometimes, I'm pausing because I'm trying to see how could I talk around something, or should I put something in. So when you hear a pause sometimes, I'm pausing because I'm saying something that could have somebody getting punched in the face. Cause am I saying something here that's gonna cause somebody to raise some suspicion about this person, or I'm saying something that I shouldn't be saying it right here. So when you hear those pauses, that's me just like, okay, maybe I should loop around this one and go this way. So when you hear that pause, that's all that means. Why am I against Keith Thurman? I would rather promote Berto fighting him than Keith Thurman. Why is that? I don't care if he fights Keith Thurman. That's great. I just feel like at this point, Keith Thurman hadn't deserved, earned a Mayweather fight yet. But it's not a bad pick. If Mayweather choose to fight Keith Thurman, I wouldn't be upset. If he choose to fight Andre Berto, I wouldn't be upset. He could fight anybody he want to fight. He gave you all the fights you wanted. There it is. He done. After Pacquiao, that's it. He could fight the high school janitor right now. I could care less. Whatever he want to do, he can do. He's earned the right. Let him fight whoever he wants. Now we move forward. Now where were we? I think Errol Spence is going to be the face of the sport of boxing. Adrian Broner. I mean, there y'all go again, just trashing Broner. But yeah, Errol Spence is amazing. Errol Spence is very, for his age, he's very mature as a boxer. You know, he don't panic in the ring. He waits for things to open up before he takes advantage of them. And he thinks in the ring. And at this level, you got to know how to think and be able to control and fight at a certain pace and not panic. And for a southpaw, it's going to be difficult for anybody to deal with him because a lot of these guys don't fight southpaws. And they don't know how to fight southpaws, especially those who are effective with either hand. He's not a one-arm southpaw. So fighting him would be an entirely different world for a lot of other people. This guy's asking me, he thinks Jim Jones is affecting my hate for Jim Jones. I don't like Jim Jones. Yes, it's true. But these are some of the things, I'm telling you what happened with Jim Jones. Now, do I like Jim Jones? Absolutely not. He did something dirty to one of my friends, and it's just an example of how Jimmy is. And that's just how it is. And I mean, I'm sorry if you can hear my voice tell you, like, see, this is Jimmy. But name a time, if you ever heard a story where Jim Jones was right and somebody was just wrongly attacking Jim Jones. Don't worry, I'll wait. Okay. You should do more about Compton's history, about the whole Banging on Wax series. He was like, man, you should get that cracking and get some more West Coast going on. Dude, it's a lot of beefs that I want to do that I can't do because it'd be incomplete. Because I can't even go down that road because there's so many stories involved in one. Like one beef would break off into like 4 different other beefs happening. That's what you got with, which I'm gonna touch on with the game, and who else is like that? Joe Buttons is like that. You got all of these things. It's like a branch, a tree with all these stuff branching off into so many different sub stories that end up leading to bigger beefs than what originally started. But let me see. Let me go ahead and I was looking to getting the game done this week. I'm gonna get all the game beef videos out this week so that I can be done with him. Now here's a guy that it's not like I don't like the game, I don't understand him. I know what he's doing, but it's just so fake. It's just like you don't even take it serious what he does now. And then you wonder, like, was he like this from the beginning? And then you start to go, yeah, he was like that. You start really piecing it together after that. So that's how we feel about him. Does Tim Bradley deserve a Mayweather fight? Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. He does deserve a Mayweather fight. Like I told you, I'm not going to say these guys don't. Like, Berto's the best guy out there to get the shot. Or Kareem Mayfield. I just don't think, at this point, it matters who Floyd fights. Who cares? He gave you the fights you wanted to see. I know you want to see him fight Golovkin because you want him to be at a disadvantage so he would lose, so you can go, yay, but that's not going to happen. Not fighting no Golovkin. Karceno, man, you a fool when it comes to the impressions, man. You should. I did a video doing impressions, and I don't even. It's gotta be a situation where it fits. And sometimes I don't even know if I could even do the voice because I don't even try to do these guys' voices. Like practice doing them. Like some of them I used to do like Macho Men and stuff like that, like the wrestlers. But we didn't used to practice them. We just used to do them, you know, because we'll be in the house playing wrestling, and you just start off doing those, and everybody else just start going from there. What happened to the hip hop game? I told y'all. No. This guy's like, okay. Let me read the whole question. Okay, this guy said, "What happened to the hip hop game, man? It's a effing agenda." He's like, "That's all it is agenda. That's why we got to deal with all these." Okay, that's all. Too many cuss words. Okay. Explain, man. How could we fix this and get hip hop back to the real, man? Back in the 96 era. We need that real back. Here's the problem. We're never going back to that. Okay? We're never going back to that. Sorry. The problem is you don't want to go back to that because you're buying into garbage. If you know it's garbage, why buy it? The realness is out there. You can just download it and you have it for yourself. But obviously, this isn't what you want. You want to ride around and listen to the garbage. I done seen some of the most hip hop heads in the world. They're riding around listening to garbage, and it's like, you listen to that? You was a native tongue dude, Tribe Called Quest. Now you trap music out. What happened? What's going on here? And then you slowly begin to find out. It's the world. You either conform or you left behind with technology. You know, some people's like, man, I ain't going to DVD. I'm going to stop with this VHS. But they made, y'all ain't finna go through my library again. And they stay with the VCR. They cool with that. Then you had some people go up to DVD and they go to Blu-ray and stream it. Like, man, look, I'm cool with this DVD. I got all these DVDs. I ain't going nowhere. Same thing they did with the record player. When they went to tape decks, man, I ain't buying no tapes. I'm sticking with my record player. When they had 8 tracks, man, I'm sticking with my 8 tracks. I ain't buying no records. This has been going on for the beginning of time. Technology advances, things go forward, and people decide if they're going to go or if they're going to stay. The older normally people get, the more they stay comfortable with what they got. It's not important to keep acquiring new type of stuff. But with music, they decide what they're going to shove in your face and what they're not. So with this, they decided to change the game by crippling its source, the neighborhoods. There's no more mom and pop shops. They put in big corporate business to suck up all the money out of the little small shops. Used to be little hood shops over there. It used to be a whole strip. Nothing but black-owned businesses. All vanished. absorbed once the big corporate giant, they put a big gigantic target right next in the hood. Right in the core spot where all hip hop heads would go to get music. Within 10 blocks of each other. Two of the most prolific spots in the city of Chicago to sell hip hop music. Both of them shut down. Because of corporate giants. So that changed the face of the music. And it was used to break the structure. Because blacks had businesses based on record labels. You had a manager, you had a CEO, all these guys who had colleges, they were creating jobs. People was coming out of jail, could be a security because they knew the guy. So they had a job. He wasn't going out robbing a liquor store no more. He's like, dude, be my bodyguard. Now you get the right to punch people in the face. So these things all changed once corporate came in. Now all these rappers who had labels, all of them folded. They're not selling units no more. And it's like the hood ain't buying the records no more. No, they only gonna buy what's popping because your record's not gonna make it in a section. It's not gonna be marketed right. It's just gonna be in the store and somebody gotta walk in and buy it. You're not gonna be promoted on TV as much. They finna promote Joe Blow Smoke. And you like, what is this? And you know, I can go on for hours talking about this. Y'all already know what it is. Let's go on to the next question so I can get out of here. I just addressed it. The guy says, it's so funny to me how all the brothers end up defending the devil, Bob Arum, but attack a brother like Al Heyman. And why you attacking a guy that looks like you and he making money in the game where ain't nobody else like him in it? I just really touched on that. People want Al Heyman to fail because Al Heyman's unique. And he's a shock to the system. That means they're not going to be making all the money they used to be making, and that's threatening. And when somebody does something like that and it becomes threatening, they're either dealt with in a harsh way or they have to turn to business practices to try to get rid of them and convince and manipulate people into believing something that are not true and taking their focus clearly off of what's really important to make everybody be like, yeah, you're ruining it, and they don't even know they part of the brainwash. But it wouldn't be called brainwash if you knew what was going on with it. Alright, I'm out.